2013, under the Obama administration and through the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, there was guidance given to auto companies in regard to auto loans. Now, there were numerous studies that indicated that if you took two individuals with the complete same credit, they have the same credit score, they have the same finances, the white applicant for that auto loan will get a lower interest rate compared to minorities who apply for that auto loan. So the Obama administration realized, okay, this is problematic. We have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau who's there to protect our consumers, so we are going to issue guidance that prevents this from happening in the future. Well, senators have voted to do away with that guidance. Okay, senators voted to repeal the 2013 guidance from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau on dealer markups, the interest a dealer adds to a customer's third-party loan as extra compensation. So to give you some more details about what was going on prior to this guidance, the CFPB had sought to eliminate dealer markups over concerns that Black and Latino customers were often charged higher rates than whites with identical credit profiles, citing several analyses, including their own, of auto loan data. So the hilarious part about all of this, and of course it's not actually hilarious, is that the lawmakers who voted in favor of repealing this are arguing that they're doing the consumers a favor.
Oh yeah.
That this regulation was really hurting the consumers. There's too much regulation in the way, you know? Why would the government get in the way of higher interest rates based on your race?
That was the National Automobile Dealers Association with the great acronym of NADA that said that they were, that's okay. They didn't need the regulation because they were doing robust, voluntary, fair credit compliance program.
Well, corporations are usually very good at voluntary regulation and scaling back anything that could be harmful to consumers. They're really good at self-regulating.
So let me ask you guys something. We're gonna get to the racial issue second, but even without the racial issue, these car dealerships add an interest rate on top of the car that you're getting. Would you rather make sure the government is looking out for you to make sure the car dealership is not screwing you, or have no regulation at all and assume that the car salesman and the car dealers would have a robust, fair system to look out for their customers? Yeah. Really, anybody in America? I mean, I don't care how Republican you are. You really, oh no. The guys at the car dealerships are wonderful human beings and they would never, ever put extra charges on my car. I mean, the idea, it would deeply offend them. It's not to say that people who work at car dealerships are bad people, but they like to add charges on top of the car, and if you're not on them like a hawk, they'll do it in a second. What is it called, putting you together?
Yeah, when you get a bad deal on a car, you got put together.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the racials thing. So now there's been a number of studies. They show same credit score, so it's indisputable. And they go, no, but I'm gonna charge Blacks and Latinos more. By the way, if you're wondering why, is it just because they hate black people? They're like, oh, that's a black guy, let's charge him more. No, it's the subconscious stereotypes that are in their head. And you might say I'm being too kind, but I'm just telling you that in a best case scenario, and they think, oh, it's a black guy, he's not as trustworthy. It's a Latino, he's not as trustworthy. He might not pay me back, so I'm gonna have to charge him more interest. No, now, actually, it doesn't make any sense because his credit profile is the same exact as the white guy on average in these studies, right? And by the way, it doesn't mean that all the races have the same credit profiles. It means when they look at guys with the same credit scores and the same credit profiles, the minorities are charged higher interest rates. So now we know this for a fact, and the congressmen know this for a fact, the senators do, and they go, yeah, go ahead, do that. Yeah, let's go charge the minorities more. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, look, of course they know what the problem is, but they're looking out for their donors, as they often do. And this is not a story that is getting a lot of play right now. So yeah, we're gonna cover it. Print journalism covers it. But the vast majority of Americans are not gonna know about what's happening with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under the Trump administration. It is not an issue that gets talked about. Right now, economic stories don't do well, right? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because a storm is brewing, right? An economic storm is brewing. Nomi Prinz is coming out with a book pretty soon called Collusion. Has nothing to do with Russia, has everything to do with these central banks and how the financial collapse in 2008 should have essentially taken some of the power away from these big banks, but actually the banks are more powerful than ever before and Americans are grappling with more debt than ever before. This kind of stuff, this type of deregulation will further exacerbate the debt that Americans have. Again, we're gonna have another financial meltdown. You should check out that interview. I'm gonna interview her next week, but it's scary to know what's gonna happen.
And Anna's absolutely right. While no one's paying attention because they're looking at the last mean tweet of Donald Trump, not only the Republicans, but a lot of the Democrats are thinking, great, time to cash in on on the donors here, because nobody's minding the store. So they're looting the place. In this case, Joe Manchin, of course, voted with the Republicans. You should support his opponent, Paula Jean Swearengin. Go find out about her. They're gonna have a primary soon. Because the Democrats tell me, no, but you need Joe Manchin. You need him to do what? To rob blacks and Latinos and make sure they get higher interest rates because he wants to prove how Republican he is? No, thank you. I don't need him for that. And then they just stripped away the Volcker rule, or they voted to in the House. You know how many Democrats joined? About 78 joined the Republicans. Why? Because they get the money from the same banks. Find those Democrats, that list right there, is exactly who your corrupt establishment Democrats are. And when they think you're distracted by Donald Trump, they're sneaking in and going, what can I loot for my donors? So the Volcker rule was meant to protect us consumers from the abuses of the banks. Now they're trying to take that away so the banks can do more gambling with our money.
That's right.
So whether it's the cars, it's the banks, the Republicans are looting the place and some Democrats are giddily helping them.
That's right. And so the senators have voted in favor of doing away with this type of regulation. It has to pass the House, and it's very likely to do so. Obviously, Republicans have complete control over the House, nearly complete control. And Trump already said that he is willing to sign anything that they come up with. So
blacks and Latinos, first of all of us, be careful at a car dealership. They can do anything they want.
They will put you together.
Right. Or perhaps they will have robust fairness in mind for you. But especially for blacks and Latinos, they're now allowed to rip you off and charge you higher rates than anyone else for no reason at all. And the government that's supposed to represent you will not have your back. If you want to get the whole Young Turks show every single day, become a member, tytnetwork.com/join. And once you do, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
Or you might say,
I think it's weird.
Or you might say,
oops.
No, that won't be that one. It won't be that one. It'll be great, trust me. tytnetwork.com/join.